So we'll call the meeting, the Fire EMO Committee meeting to order, Thursday, January 13th, 2022. I want to welcome everyone. And we'll start with the acknowledgement of treaties of peace and friendship. We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the traditional unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq peoples. This territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship, which Wolastoqiyik, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy peoples first signed with the British Crown in 1726. The treaties did not deal with surrender of lands and resources, but in fact recognized Mi'kmaq and Wolastoqiyik title and established the rules for what was to be an ongoing relationship between nations. Thank you, Wolalan. Next is the reaffirmation of the oath of office. We do hereby accept the office of council and will diligently, faithfully, and impartially discharge to the best of our ability the duties of the office as may be imposed upon us by law. Thank you. Next is the adoption of the agenda. Do we have any additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda? So we'll just add that to the closed session. Any others? Okay, can we have a motion to adopt the agenda with the amendment? Moved by Michael Furlaw, Deputy Chief. Can we have a seconder?
I'll second it.
Okay, seconded by Councillor Guitar-McDonnell. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. The agenda is adopted. Next is the statements of conflict of interest. Do we have anyone who needs to declare a conflict of interest? Okay, we'll move on then to guests. I don't believe we have any this evening. So we will move on to the adoption of the minutes. We have so 5.1 is the adoption of the minutes of October 28th, 2021. It's FE 2022-2. Could we get a motion to adopt, or yes? Okay. Okay. Well, no, okay, duly noted, thank you. Okay, so we have that change or to the minutes. Any others? Can we have a excuse me, can we have a motion to adopt the minutes of October 28th, 2021 with the change or amendment? So moved by Mr. Stevenson. Can we get a seconder? Seconder by Mr. Furlot. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Those minutes will be approved. Do we have any business arising from the minutes? Okay, then we can move on to the reports. Do we have anything under reports? No. Is there anything? Okay. Okay. Policies. Nothing there. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna do that closed date on this one here. Yeah. Old business. Doesn't seem to be anything on old business. New business. Councillor Guitar-McDonnell.
I just wanted to bring forward the plaques that were presented to the fire department during their dinner that we had, we're going to have to engrave the firefighter of the year on the plaque for the firefighter of the year plaque. However, I think there are some names missing. I spoke with Chief Legacy, and we're going to see which names need to be put onto that particular plaque. And so I'm going to bring it up as at a motion next month at our meeting, but I'd like that information before that so I can present it to council. Okay? And also 9-1-2, the pins for members, 30 years plus service on the fire department. I understand that there's several that are reaching or have reached that level. So I'm going to inquire about some pins for 30 years of service.
I have something to add on that.
Sure.
When you have 20 years, 30 years, it's a federal certificate and a medal.
Okay.
I'm in the process of getting all the years for current firefighters so we can get those medals in play for Wards Night whenever we can have it again.
Okay.
So that is ongoing. I just want to let you know to add that to yours if I may.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can, keep in touch with me on that. Also, we need to add those names as well to those 3 plaques that were purchased and put at the each station, as well as here at the office. So we're in the midst of working on those names as well. So I just wanted to let council know that that's what I have been approached about, and we'll work in moving it forward at a motion next month at one of our meetings. Okay?
So the 9.2, the fire department activity and the risk COVID-19 from fire marshal's office information. Did anyone wish to speak to that, or again, was that something that we were gonna? Okay. Just for question, does that change, like in terms of a call, just a call, do these regulations impact that at all? Or I wouldn't think it would, right? No. The reason I ask that is that the public, if people who are watching, they'll know, right? That there's nothing that changes in terms of a call. So okay, that's good information to know. Thank you. Is there anything council wanted to add or ask? Jim, go ahead.
I'll touch base with Chief Legacy, but maybe I'd like to get maybe your feedback so that when I do touch base with them, that I can kind of advise them of what your reaction was. I don't know if you've read the messenger, the last messenger that was out. In there, there was basically an outline as to what council has been doing over the last 6 months and things of that nature. The meetings we attend, what's happening and where the community's going and where council's going with the community. So my question becomes, would the firefighters or would the fire department have an issue that if I touch base with Chief Legacy and maybe he would like to add a statement that I would include in that report on a monthly basis? I don't know if that's a good idea, bad idea, that type of thing, but I mean, there is, as Mayor Arsenault just mentioned, there are some points that the public should be made aware of and things of that nature. So to include, a small paragraph to say, the fire department is doing this or headed here or this type of thing, whatever Chief Legacy would like to approve in sending in the report. I wouldn't have a problem including that. So there are no issues. I'll touch base with Chief Legacy before I do the next report, and we'll go from there. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just so we've done, we're starting having, Deputy Mayor Burke is right, so sometimes there might be something that you want to get out to the public, and that would be a good opportunity, one way to do it, right? So, and obviously the information you guys would be able to look at beforehand to say, yeah, this is fine. So there wouldn't be anything that we would add without your viewing first, I'll put it that way. And just getting back to just something that I wanted to mention, something that Councillor Guitar McDonnell mentioned was the awards night, or the night that we had on December 17th for our fire department. I was there, enjoyed it very much, and I just want to repeat something that I said at that ceremony, was that I believe our fire department is one of, if not the best fire department in northern New Brunswick. The job that you guys do for us and all the firefighters out there and the leadership, you guys doing an exceptional job, and thank you very much for what you do. So appreciate that. So next is we are down to number 10, which is the EMO. Was there anything that maybe I can just let you know? Our council is we're starting to have more conversations with Mr. Poupart in terms of our EMO preparedness, especially in the wintertime. You never know when an ice storm or what have you. And so probably in the next few weeks you'll probably be getting something from us relayed through yourselves, the leadership, just to let you know what those conversations are. So we'll obviously, you guys are all a part of that, a big part of that. So we'll make sure that any information that we get or any discussion that we have with Scott, we'll pass that on to you guys as well. So, okay. And if there's anything that you want us to mention to Scott or ask, and I think you guys are probably in conversation with Scott quite a bit, right? So, but if there's something that comes up and you say, would you pass this by Scott, we'll do that for you. Well, absolutely. Actually, and I was thinking about that last week. I was wondering if we had asked that, if that would be in a position, because we know you guys spend so much time at what you do. Would someone have the time to be able to take part in those discussions? Because it would really be essential to have the fire department. I mean, the fire department is going to be our main, when it comes to an EMO, one of the main players in that. So to have everybody on the same page, you almost need to have someone at those discussions. So, and there won't be, it won't be burdensome. It's not like they're going to be, they're going to be one every so often, but we'll make sure that you get an invitation to have someone at that meeting if you wish. And I think it would be a good idea. Right. That's right. Because you get a sense, I don't know, I was thinking about this the other day, like you just get a sense the way our winters are going. Ice storms, at some point, we're going to experience an ice storm. I mean, Tracadie had it 4 or 5 years ago, right? And we want to make sure that we are able to service the public the way that we need to. perhaps we can even, at this point, have Mr. Stevens be, or you guys, but if you want to be the representative from the fire department, then that'll be good, and then we have one. Yeah, perfect. Yep, very good.
Just-
Oh.
If I may.
Yeah, sure.
Just for clarification, it is captain?
Does anyone on council have any questions or anything in terms of EMO that they would like to ask or suggest? Okay, then the next thing is just the next meeting then. Yeah, this one is a short one. It's good. It's good to have some discussion. We're gonna have one more in a closed session momentarily. But at this point, we'll move on to just the next meeting. So for the next meeting, we're going to be looking at Thursday, April 14th, 2022. Before we adjourn, do we have any other comments, or is everyone good? Okay, so we will have the motion to adjourn. 22-3, can I get a mover for that motion? Okay, moved by Deputy Chief Furlot. We get a seconder? Second by Captain Stevenson. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.